Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. In today's video, I will be going over the new 4K Ultra HD announcements and pre-orders for November 1st, 2024. Keep in mind release dates and technical specs are subject to change. If there are any changes or additional retailer exclusives, I will update them in a future video. Also, be sure to check out my previous 4K pre-order videos for titles you may be looking for and were not covered here. Direct Amazon links to the titles listed in this video when they are live can be found on the channel's community page. We talked about this one in last week's video, but we now have official cover art for the upcoming 4K release of The Soul Eater, scheduled to arrive November 19th. It is also confirmed to support HDR and Dolby Vision. Pre-orders are now live. We also have confirmed artwork for the standard release of The Killer's Game and a release date of December 10th. HDR and Dolby Atmos will be supported. There will also be an Amazon exclusive 4K steelbook only available there, and this is also currently up for pre-order. Seinfeld fans rejoice as Seinfeld the Complete Series is getting the 4K treatment, and this is coming out December 17th. HDR has been confirmed as well as DTS 5.1 audio. And just a special note, the 4K edition will have the aspect ratio of 1:3:1, whereas the Blu-ray will be 1:7:8:1. January 14th will see standard releases for a couple of recent Paramount titles on 4K, including Once Upon a Time in the West and Chinatown. These have now gone live and are currently up for pre-order. Also mentioned in last week's video, it looks like we may have a release date window for the upcoming Tarantino drop of Kill Bill Volume 2, and Jackie Brown, and that date is reportedly going to be January 21st. So if this indeed holds true, we should start seeing artwork very shortly. Online retailers have posted a release date for the upcoming 4K of The Substance. That date will be November 21st. We don't have official cover art yet, but I will update that in a future video. It looks like a current restoration is underway for an upcoming 4K release of 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. As soon as I get an updated information about a release date and or artwork, I will update that in a future video. According to Kino Lorber, an upcoming 4K release of the film Undisputed starring Wesley Snipes is supposedly coming sometime down the line. Whether that's 2025 or beyond, we don't know, but of course stay tuned to the channel. Kino Lorber also announced that an upcoming 4K of Ray starring Jamie Foxx is in the works. Disney is reportedly prepping a Willow 4K release sometime possibly in 2025, and if this information does indeed come to pass, I will of course update that in a future video. And going live this week at various online retailers, David Fincher's 4K edition of Seven is getting the steelbook treatment, and we still don't have a release date, but I expect that to be definitely sometime in the first quarter of 2025. As I said, pre-orders have started to go live at various online retailers, but not yet Amazon, and of course there will also be a standard release as well. So normally this is the part of the video where I talk about the international pre-orders and announcements, but there really wasn't a whole lot that was announced this past week, which is kind of unusual. And we are going into that time of year where we're getting mostly January, February announcements, and that's typically a slow month internationally as well as here in the domestic US. So I'm of course keeping an eye out, and hopefully in next week's video, things will be back to normal. So those are this week's 4K announcements and pre-orders for the week of November 1st, 2024. As I said, things are starting to slow down a little bit for the coming year, but even though it's slow, there are still going to be plenty of releases for the first quarter of 2025, so stay tuned to the channel for that information. So now I want to hear from you. What titles did I talk about in this week's video? Are you planning to pick up for yourself? And finally, a special thank you to my Patrons for your continued support. And until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.